Gotta get more followers.
Hello everyone, Canadian Futures Trader here. Welcome to the video. Going to be doing a little overview and review of TickTick Trader, popular trader evaluation out there in the funded trader program world. It's high time I gave my overview and my thoughts on TickTick Trader. First things first, be sure to visit my website, link down below. Always the latest and greatest deals and promos out there in the trader evaluation world. Updated every single day. Hey, you could even sign up to be emailed. I send out emails not too often, but whenever there's a superb deal that can't be missed, I let you guys know. So you want to sign up for that list. And of course, there's other great stuff on my website, such as a free futures course. Everything is free on my site, by the way. Have reviews of all the different programs, including TickTick Trader, all the current promos, articles, and more. You will see here, TickTick Trader falls in the category of top 5 funded futures trader evaluations on my website. Yes, they are one of my favorites. And worth noting is if you use code CFT promo, currently you can get 40% off all the evaluations. But hey, if they're running a better promo, so let's say it's 60% off, you would get that price. Guys, you can find my written review of TickTick Trader here on my website. But for now, let's go through their site. I want to pick out the pros, the cons, the things I like most about them, and set you guys on the right path. I like to think I'm a bit of an expert out here in these trader evaluation worlds. I've passed evaluations with quite a few companies and have quite a few funded accounts. Been around the block, and I like to let you guys know who is good and who is not. And I don't want to spoil it, but TickTick is good. I would go so far as to say great. So first things first, let's take a quick look at their site, what they offer. I'll point out some of the highlights along the way. If you're not familiar with the world of trader evaluations, the quick 30-second elevator pitch, there are companies out there like TickTick Trader where you take an evaluation with them. If you can demonstrate that you are fairly proficient at trading in the futures market, meaning you reach the profit goal for the account you've chosen and you haven't broken any of the rules. Usually there's only a handful of rules. We're going to touch on those in a little bit. They will give you a funded account, and then you will be trading money and can withdraw your profits. It's as simple as that, although much more complicated than that, but that is the general overview. Now, all these companies differ in little different ways, and one way is the program. So let's take a quick look at the account sizes they have. So I'm going to scroll here. So they have a smaller selection, but I think it's a fair selection of account sizes. So 25K, 50K, 100K, and then another 100K. The difference between the 200Ks is this one, you'll notice, is the Express. It's a bit cheaper than you'll notice over here, the Pro, but you have to finish in 15 days, and that's 15 calendar days. It's basically 10 trading days. So if you think you can work your way through the evaluation fairly quickly, hey, maybe the Express is the way to go. If you think it might take you a little bit more time, a lot of people go that route, then maybe you just want to go with the Pro if you're looking at the 100K accounts. Of course, each of the companies and the programs, especially here at TickTick, they will list out, what's the profit target, maximum positions, etc. You guys can read this, and if you're familiar with these programs, this will all be fairly familiar. In terms of software, they provide you with RTrader Pro and NinjaTrader, which is very standard. Pretty much all the companies will do that. Where they differ, and this will be one of the big benefits with TickTick Trader, you actually get a free copy of Jigsaw Trading, Jigsaw Day Trader, and or Bookmap. I personally use Jigsaw Day Trader. Now, I bought Jigsaw Day Trader myself, paid almost $600. So it's a pretty nice feature that they have this. And these guys are the only company I'm aware of currently that will do that. We'll give you a free license of Jigsaw and or Bookmap while you're in the evaluation. So normally pretty expensive software. So that's one big benefit to them right out of the gate. So speaking of benefits, another one is no minimum days. They are, I'm thinking, the only company that does this as well currently. Most companies have a minimum trading days. It's usually 10 to 15. With TickTick, though, they originally, I believe it was 10, and then they changed it to no minimum days. So you could seriously sign up. If you pass on day 1, you let support know, and they will start working on getting you your funded account. It's as simple as that. So you could seriously pass in 1 day. Again, only company I know of that does that. They have all the other standard stuff: daily loss limit, max positions, schedules, TickTick drawdown, and then there's the funded account rules. We're going to look at their knowledge base here in a minute and go through some of the other kind of ins and outs of all this. I'm just trying to touch on the highlights. So I mentioned already about Bookmap and Jigsaw. They just going to their facts here, their knowledge base. You can see this. You get 1 free license key. So it's Bookmap or Jigsaw. Now, it looks like they've updated things a little bit, so to be honest, so you only get 1 free license. You can have Bookmap or NinjaTrader or Jigsaw Day Trader. Now, for free, you can have an additional one. So for example, it says here, NinjaTrader have a free license. You could add on Jigsaw for $30 a month. So still pretty affordable, and vice versa. If you want to use, say, Jigsaw as your main platform, but you still want NinjaTrader, it's $30. I mean, it's really the inverse of this. And then they mention here, once you're funded, they'll actually give you a free license to Bookmap, so you don't need to pay the $30 for that. So that's still great benefit there. So they use an end-of-day drawdown. They call it the TickTick drawdown. So this is during the evaluation we're looking at now. I'm assuming once we move to the funded account, it is a live drawdown. That's fairly standard, but it's calculated at the end of the day. If you're not familiar with drawdowns in general, or the differences between an end-of-day drawdown and a live trailing drawdown, definitely something you want to understand. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but end-of-the-day drawdown is always sort of more favorable, and that's what you get during the evaluation phase here. There's also the daily loss limits. So regardless of where your end-of-day drawdown is at, the most you could lose in any given day is detailed here. So there's no scaling system during the evaluation, but once you're funded, there is. Again, that's pretty standard across most of the companies, and you'll find that here. And that just means that, again, if you're not familiar with kind of the terminology or what that means, let's say you're in the 100K account, which would normally allow you to trade up to 14 contracts. A scaling plan says basically once you're starting out, you can only start with 3, and then as you reach certain profit goals, you can move up in size. It's just a way of kind of controlling your risk so people don't go in with 14 contracts from day 1 and just blow their account right out of the water. So just touching on the minimum trading days again, as of July 2022, there was no minimum trading days. That is one of the big benefits to TickTick Trader that I like a lot. Now, I'm not going through every single facts. Don't worry, guys. I'm just kind of pointing out the highlights. So they do offer multiple accounts, but you want to be aware of the rules they have. So for one, you can have multiple accounts both during the evaluation and once you're funded. You're not allowed to use copy trading once you're funded. So a lot of people like to use trade copiers. Of course, I recommend Replicanto by Flowbots. You'll find a link down below for that, along with a 10% discount. But you can't use that once you're funded. And as well, so let's say you just had 2 funded accounts. You cannot trade the same instrument in more than one account on the same day. It's kind of their way of double verifying that you're not using a trade copier. So let's say you trade the Ultra Bond like myself in one, you would then trade a different product in the other one, maybe trade the 10 years in the other one. So, but something to be aware of. So TickTick Trader has the fee structure that I prefer, where you pay a one-time fee once you're moving into a funded account, and that's it. There's no ongoing monthly fees. So the fees are detailed out here. Basically, you pay these once, and then ongoing, there'll be no withdrawal fees, there'll be no data fees, etc. And just to put it in perspective, so it's $149 for the 2 smaller accounts, or it's $249 for the 100K account. If you were to pay the monthly fees, it's with a different company, it's typically anywhere from like $80 to $100 a month. So within 3 months, you've already, made this back. That's part of why I'm a fan of that. I just, I prefer to just pay the one-time fee, and then I know that ongoing, there's no ongoing fees, and it just works out cheaper in the long run. So when it comes to payouts, everybody's favorite topic, mine as well, since that's kind of why we do this, right? We want to generate some income and be able to withdraw that money. So a few highlights. Again, I encourage you to come read this in depth if you're thinking about TickTick Trader. So minimum withdrawal is $1,000. So you can request a withdrawal at any point in the month, and they're processed within 3 to 5 business days. I do want to highlight that you need to trade at least 40 days, not calendar days, just actual 40 days before you can do your first payout. So, I mean, quite honestly, you're looking at close to 2 months from when you pass until you can do your first withdrawal. Not going to say that's, my most favorite thing, for sure, but it's something to keep in mind. That's kind of the rules of the road when it comes to TickTick. A few companies are this way. They have a safety threshold, so basically it's kind of like a buffer that you have to build up in your account. So for example, the 100K account, you would have to build up a buffer of 3,600, and then everything up and above that you could withdraw. Now, the question that usually comes up is that people say that doesn't seem fair. I have to keep 3,600 in there. When do I ever get that? Well, if you ever close the account, you would then get access to 3,600 as well. In terms of the profit split, in general, it's 90-10, meaning you keep 90%. The way they have it structured, though, is that the profits you make for the first 3 months goes to you completely 100%. Now, you might be saying, well, that's, I can't withdraw for 2 months. True, but the two things are unrelated. So let's say in the first 3 months you made $20,000. Sure, you couldn't withdraw till after 40 days, but that was the money that you made in 3 months, and you would be entitled to 100% of it when it comes time to withdraw. And then onwards, 90-10 split. You can get paid through ACH Wire, PayPal, or crypto. They might be using Deal now. I don't know 100%. If not, I certainly wouldn't be surprised if they switch to it, because it seems to be the way most people are going. If you're not familiar with it, I have a video about Deal. I'll try to remember to put a link down below. But basically, it's a payment processor. And then from within Deal, you can choose how you want to be paid. And that includes all these methods and several more as well. Now, all of that said, there's actually a way to get your money before 40 trading days. You can request, once you're above the safety net, earlier than 40 days, but it's at a 50-50 split. So that's something to keep in mind. But it's nice that you have that option. So if you're not in a rush for the money, hey, you trade the 40 days and then you go into the full, 100% and 90-10 split thereafter. If though, let's say a few days in, you've made a bunch of money, you just want to cash out some at a 50-50 split, you're okay with that, you can request it. Alright guys, that kind of sums up what is going on with TickTick Trader. I do really like them. I mean, the big benefits to TickTick Trader that I see it is that software is like worth hundreds of dollars in and of itself. Like I said, I paid almost $600 for Jigsaw Day Trader myself, and what I didn't even mention was that once you own Jigsaw, you also have to pay $50 a month to use it. With TickTick though, you could get a free copy of NinjaTrader and then pay $30 a month and have Jigsaw, or if Jigsaw is the only software you want to use, you can just get it for free and not pay anything. So we saw the little chart there. You can decide what works best for you. Bookmap itself, I've never used it. I've seen it several times. It is, again, powerful software as well. Just a different look at how the data is presented. If you want to see Jigsaw in action, be sure to check out a lot of my trading videos. It's the only software that I really use. I would say another big benefit is just in terms of pricing. I mean, the $99 for the Express, and again, you could pass in one day, or all the other programs, like say this regular 100K, and they're usually running some type of promo. Like currently it's 40% off, use code CFT promo. So you're getting this for almost half off as it is. That's pretty good pricing on that. And then that no minimum days is the other huge benefit, I would say. So I typically pass trader evaluations fairly quickly, within a few days. And it kind of sucks, honestly, having to wait 10 or 15 days before you're officially able to pass with some of the other companies. So if you're someone who does pass quickly, you want to hit the ground running, you want to get started, the no minimum trading days, huge benefit, the cheaper prices, and then the access to the software. To me, this is the biggest benefit, of course, assuming you want to use Jigsaw or Bookmap. If you don't, then that's probably not a benefit. But I'm a big proponent of Jigsaw Day Trader myself, so certainly is a benefit. Definitely be sure to check out TickTick Trader. Like I said, you can read my full review on my website, and as well, you can always check out my site for the latest promos. For example, currently have that 40% off. Use code CFT promo. And like I said, use code CFT promo. You'll always get the best price. So guys, I'll leave you with that. Be sure to check out TickTick Trader. Be sure to sign up for email alerts. You want to be notified of the latest and greatest promos. Be the first to know. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because besides reviews, I put out trading videos, and I put out deal videos, and sometimes even put out free course content, which you can check out on my website. But guys, I've left you with plenty to think about, plenty to ponder on. I appreciate you watching the video, and I'm going to see you in the next one.